Hello everyone, welcome to part 6 of Resident Evil, Jill's story. This is the final part of Resident Evil, Jill's story, and the final part of Resident Evil in general. Once I'm done with this video, that's the end of Resident Evil. As I'm recording this, Chris' story is already completed. And in case you're wondering why I wasted that flame round, I assumed that there was a zombie in that section because there was a zombie in that section with Chris' story. And yes, as you just witnessed, the flame round can kill zombies in one hit by frying them to a crisp. Which is why the flame rounds are very valuable, and I wish I didn't waste them. I don't know what the acid rounds are for, though. I'm not going to go into details how the whole password system works with this game. If you want to find out in detail how this whole thing works, I would suggest to go watch the Chris story. I've said that a lot in my previous videos. That's because I wanted to make sure that if I do play this game multiple times, I wanted to make sure that the previous videos are worth watching. If that makes any sense. In case you're wondering which game I'm going to be playing after this, I will be playing the original Resident Evil 2 before Resident Evil Remake comes out. And the reason why I'm playing Resident Evil 2 before Resident Evil Remake comes out is because I feel that once the remake comes out, the original game is going to be looked upon as obsolete. Or at least that's just my personal opinion. Because the original Resident Evil 2 is a fantastic game on its own, and I know that the remake is going to be fantastic as well. Also, I wanted to play the original Resident Evil before Resident Evil 2 because the original Resident Evil is very obsolete at this point. It has a remake, which is better than the original. Like a million times better in so many ways. It does everything that the original... It does... The remake of Resident Evil does everything right that the original Resident Evil did wrong. If that makes any sense. But I think it's obvious and only necessary that I play the original Resident Evil, that I play Resident Evil 1 first before I play Resident Evil 2, because that's not gonna make any sense at all. And once I'm done with Resident Evil 2, I already have other games in mind that I want to play. I've got a whole list of ideas of games that I want to play in 2019. I just hope I'm able to pull it off. If I'm not, it's probably because I'm going back to college and I'm also working. So we'll just see how it all plans out. I haven't played any Mario games since, wow, 2016 actually. That's bad. That is really bad. So we need to fix that. We need to fix that. But yeah, I have a list of games that I plan on playing. I also plan on playing Mega Man. Um, Going back to playing Mega Man games. There's a few. I'm gonna finish off the classic series, and then I'm gonna uh, play Mario. Play some Mario games. In case you're wondering why I didn't look at the film, it's because I already looked at it in Chris' story. I probably need to stop saying that and just say go watch the Chris playthrough, because there's a lot more information that I'm specifying in Chris playthrough that I'm not specifying in Jill's story. I'm just gonna say that. So yeah, here's to hoping that 2019 will be a great year for my channel, because I know that 2017 and 18 were pretty lackluster. That's pretty much my New Year's resolution. Yeah, I just wanted to speed up that whole section. Very tedious. Very tedious. Make sure you collect all 3 ammo discs, especially that first one, when you go back to the mansion, because you're gonna need these ammo discs um, in order to get the best ending. For a second, I thought I was gonna let myself get grabbed because I was too hesitant to shoot. If I remember correctly, I grabbed that first aid spray because I was worried that I was gonna get killed by a pack of chimeras in this next section. And I went back into this section to grab these shotgun shells. I hope the commentary then didn't just grab my hunger pains. Because, yeah, I really need to eat something after this. Fortunately, some of the Chimera's attacks are sort of easy to dodge if you just keep running. If you just run past them, they won't attack you. As long as you don't remain in a specific place, they will not attack you. And something like that will happen as well. Whoa, I almost got grabbed. Yeah, that's basically why I grabbed the first aid spray, because of these chimeras, because I had one little bit of a one little situation where I got killed by the chimeras, and I had to reset the section where and I had to reset the recording and do another take, record another take. So that's why I grabbed the first aid spray. Wow, I'm just getting my shoulders ripped off. Whoa, went the wrong way. Once again, I got my shoulders ripped off. What's gonna happen to my shoulders after they're gone? Next, I suppose they're gonna reach for my tits. Okay. So, yeah. We're only 11 minutes and 34 seconds into the video. Well, I guess that just depends on the time I'm recording this. Yeah. Only one thing to do is, and that's to go talk to our buddy Wesker.
Jill! Jill! You're here too!
Yes, you're here too?
What?
Look, I lost my way.
Let's get going.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe how confused I am at this awful dialogue. The dialogue has got me confused. What were they thinking? It's not just the voice acting, it's the dialogue.
Wesker,
You did a fine job, Barry.
just as I
What did you
thought.
think?
I think you should stay away from Barry, Jill. I hear that his wife and 2 daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
You are so cruel.
Well, you don't have to worry about anything, because you'll be free from this world very soon, Jill.
Why do you have to destroy stars?
That's Umbrella's intention. This laboratory has been engaging in dangerous experiments, and recently an accident has occurred. Anyway, this disaster cannot be made public.
That's why having stars nosing about is so inconvenient. So you're a slave of Umbrella now, along with these virus monsters.
I think you misunderstand me, Jill. To me, the monsters you mentioned mean nothing. I'm going to burn all of them together with this entire laboratory. I must complete my mission, as ordered by Umbrella. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
With this entire laboratory.
Barry!
Barry's such a fool. He'll be under the control of Umbrella forever.
How come both Umbrella and you can intimidate him by taking his family as hostages?
Umbrella? Well, I intimidated him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used him for my personal purposes, though both you and Barry seem to think I was following orders from Umbrella.
So you're planning something else?
If you succeeded in developing the world's most powerful biological weapon, what would you do? What if you were in charge?
You must stop this now.
You're a brave girl. But if I were you, I wouldn't give up such a big discovery. You guys are idiots. No one understands its real value.
So you're going to steal all the research?
Better yet, I'm going to show you the tyrant.
sorry, Jill.
How is your family?
I was listening to what you and Wesker were talking about. I wish I realized it earlier. I thought it must have something to do with Umbrella, you know. So it's all been masterminded by him.
But it's good that you know that now. Anyway, let's get out of this house first.
Jill,
Yes, what?
do you have any idea what Wesker was going to show you at the back of this place?
Well, he was talking about the world's most powerful biological weapon, called Tyrant or something, I think.
Do you think we could see Tyrant now?
Barry, you're so optimistic.
It would look bad for Stars if we let such a dangerous creature run loose.
Maybe you're right. Let's go then.
Oh my gosh, the voice acting is amazing. And so is this pre-rendered CGI.
Can a creature like this really be the ultimate biological weapon?
Really? Wesker is a crazy man.
Tyrant is not completely developed.
But we can't let it live. That must be the computer for monitoring this creature.
Now, what made them think that that was a good idea?
Damn you!
We can't control what it does.
Oh, I just let him smack me in the butt. Just because I couldn't get around that tube. So, yeah, just run around here, keep your distance, but make sure you're in shooting range. Once the music goes off, then that means he's down. Once again, I can't stress this enough, you will make the game a lot easier for
Barry?
yourself
Barry!
if you have the Magnum.
You're alive!
I'm really embarrassed. I was clumsy.
Let's get going. What happened to Wesker?
The triggering system has
Uh-oh.
now been activated. All researchers
Wesker must have set it off.
take cover.
There's not much time left for us.
Unlock all rooms for evacuation. The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all rooms for The triggering system has now been activated.
I don't know where Barry's going. we're gonna go... Wait, what was I getting ready to do? Even I forget what I'm doing in my own videos. Especially after recording post-commentary. Well, especially while recording post-commentary. But yeah, I just went ahead and grabbed that first aid spray. The chimeras invade this hallway. I think there's only one chimera in this entire hallway, or maybe there's two. Easy to dodge. So once you enable all the ammo discs into all the disc readers, you can enter the passcodes to open the door, and we can go save Chris.
Oh, Jill!
Oh, Chris! So you're okay.
Yeah, you too. What happened to Wesker?
Let's talk about it later. Let's get out of here.
But we don't talk about it later. That's what makes the ending so boring. They don't talk. Okay, let's get out of here. So I should discuss the different endings for Jill. There's an ending where Barry
Let's go.
So there's an ending where Barry survives, where you trust Barry and makes it to the end of the game, but you don't save Chris. That's considered the good ending. The bad end, and then there's two bad endings. Well, three bad endings. But the first two bad endings is if you end up not trusting Barry and he doesn't survive, but you do save Chris. I guess you could call that the neutral ending, but I don't know if I would call it the neutral ending, because saving Chris is actually optional. Well, then again,
Let's go.
well, saving Chris is more of an extra. But if Barry survives, then
Hurry.
if Barry survives, then Wesker will set off an alarm. I mean, we'll set off a self-destruct sequence. Which is why,
This is Brad. Running out of fuel. If there is anyone alive, contact me now, okay? This is
which is why saving Barry is considered the good ending. Now, if you save neither Barry or Chris, then that's the worst ending you could possibly get. Saving both Barry and Chris gives you the best ending that Jill can get.
There is 3 minutes until explosion.
Oh no, you must be kidding! After we've come all the way here!
Ladies first. Go first, Jill.
But Chris!
Give me a chance to play nice guy.
Okay, I leave it up to you. See you again at the heliport.
So, with this next part, which is very simple, all you have to do is get Brad's attention. I really butchered that word. So go over here, grab a flare. And I don't know exactly where you have to stand. I don't think you have to stand in a specific spot, but it will set off the flare. Using the flare will set it off, and it will bring Brad. It will bring the helicopter here. But we've got an interruption. Okay, I said that way too early. Okay. So, yeah. Now the Tyrant has gone full-on beast mode. And I'm already in danger. Then again, I think my fine meter was at yellow. My health meter was at yellow.
It's coming! Jill! Kill that monster! You're our Amazon, Jill!
Oh my gosh. This game cracks me up sometimes. This game is unintentionally funny at times. I have no idea why. But that's the end of the game. But yeah, the best ending, I mean the good endings is when, Wesker sets off, or when, the self-destruct sequence commits and the mansion explodes. And killing the Tyrant before the mansion explodes. The latter being in that exact order. So this is Jill's best ending. Why is Chris all dirty up, though? It's not like he was in a fight. Well, he did get finished fighting a whole bunch of chimeras. And there's Barry. So... really, the only difference between Jill's best ending and Chris' best ending is that instead of Rebecca is Barry, and instead of Barry is Rebecca. That's really all that is. Which is why I consider the endings in Resident Evil very lackluster. I mean, there's no dialogue. I mean, I would like to see the characters react in some sort of way, but they don't. But yeah, that's the end of Resident Evil. As far as my overall thoughts on the game is good. It's a classic game. But it's definitely not the best game in the series. In fact, the later games in the series, in my opinion, sets an example of being better. I mean, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, those games refined what the first game did, and made it just made it a whole lot better. Added brand new mechanics, made the games a lot more realistic. and just a lot more interesting to play. And the puzzles became a lot more complicated, and the difficulty became more balanced out. And then comes the remake, and just completely outdoes the original game in every single way. It's basically what the original game could have been if it had been released 6 years later. Oh, the Biohazard Symphony Orchestra. No, the Biohazard Symphony Orchestra can kiss my derriere. In case you're wondering what the orchestra, the symphony orchestra is, that's basically the replacement soundtrack that was added to the DualShock version. And unfortunately, yeah, the ROM hack that I played this on includes, I mean, it's basically the DualShock version of the game at its core, but gives us the original soundtrack and the uncensored cutscenes that should have been given to us in the original director's cut. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about the original Resident Evil. Classic game. Other games after this only get better. The games that follow this game are just so much better. And even the prequel is better than this. And the remake. But after this game comes Resident Evil 2. Hopefully I will be able to record the game, record the commentary, and get out all the videos for it before January 25th. Probably not possible, but if it's not, I'm just gonna finish the game anyway. Finish what I started. Anyway, that's it for Resident Evil. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed my Let's Play of Resident Evil, Chris' story and Jill's story. And I will see you again for Resident Evil 2. Until then, see you all next time.